Welcome to SATV News. This is Nuri Alamin with the headlines. President and Prime Minister pay tribute to Malta at National Memorial marking Independence Day. Colorful parade fly past the National Parade Ground after a decade and a half. Shahabuddin Shukla and Tariq Rahman attend Independence Day parade. Opposition leader pays tribute at National Memorial here to fulfill a moral duty, said Dr. Shafiqur Rahman. Now in details. President Mohammad Shahabuddin and Prime Minister Tariq Rahman today paid rich tribute to the martyr of 1971 Liberation War, marking the 56th Independence National Day. They placed a wreath at the altar for the National Memorial in Savar at 5:56 a.m. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman arrived at the memorial at 5:53 a.m. According to his additional press secretary Atikur Rahman Rumam, on the resident's arrival, the Prime Minister received him at the memorial. After placing the wreath, they stood in solemn silence for a while as a mark of a deep respect for the martyr. A smartly turned out contingent for Bangladesh Army, Navy and Air Force presented a state salute, while barges played at the last post. Later, the Prime Minister laid another wreath along with member of the cabinet. As BNP chairperson Tariq Rahman also placed a wreath at memorial along with party leader including Secretary General Mr. Fakhrul Islam Alamgir. The latter took part in prayer for the fallen heroes. President Mohammad Shahabuddin attended the National Independence Day parade at the National Parade Ground and took the salute with Prime Minister Tariq Rahman also in attendance. The parade marked the country's 56th Independence and National Day. Shahabuddin in the stood shoulder riding in an open jeep. The review of the contingents, Major General S.M. Asadul Haq, the parade commander who was also served as General Officer commanding for the 9th Infantry Division and area commander of Savar, accompanied him. Muktijuddha Shangshad, the Bangladesh Army, Navy, Air Force, Police, Coast Guard, Ansar and VDP, Paramilitary Border Guard Bangladesh, National Cadet Corps, Bangladesh Jail and the combined female contingents took part as well. President Shahabuddin and Prime Minister Tariq Rahman also read the flag-bearing Skydrive armament acquisition by regiment and armed forces contingent as fly past and an Arabic display. Before leaving the ground, the President and Prime Minister exchanged the pleasantry with the contingent's commander. Bangladesh Jamaat Islami leader Shafiqur Rahman said they prayed for the country independence and sovereignty to remain secure. Speaking to journalists at National Memorial Savar this morning after paying homage for the hero and martyr for Liberation War, Shafiqur Rahman emphasized the importance for the national unity for the country's contingent sovereignty. The leader of opposition and said the party came to fulfill in a moral duty. This is a solemn national obligation, he also added. Home Minister Salahuddin Ahmed today said a formal request has been sent to the Foreign Ministry to bring back an accused in the murder case of the Sharif Usman Hadi from India. The minister told journalists that handover process is underway under existing extradition treaty between the two countries. The minister said he was speaking to journalists after paying homage at the Rajorbagh Police Memorial on this occasion of Independence and National Day. Referring to events 1971, he said the first massacre for the March 25 began at Rajorbagh Police Line, which paved the way for the declaration of independence. Remembering the fallen police personnel, the minister said the sacrifice at Rajorbagh marked the beginning for the call for the independence. She also described the resumption for the Independence Day parade after several years as a positive development and expressed hope that democratic practices would continue in the line with aspiration for the martyr. On police reform, he said discussion is underway with the several developed countries for the technical support, training and capacity building as well. A Dhaka court on Thursday granted a 5-day remand for the former Director General for the Directorate General of Defence Intelligence, retired Lieutenant General Sheikh Mamun Khalid, in connection with murder case filed with Mirpur Model Police Station. Metropolitan Magistrate Mohammad Siddiq Azad passed the order after reviewing a remand for application submitted by investigating officer and sub-inspector of Detective Branch of Dhaka Metropolitan Police Kofilo team. State prosecutor the Shamsuddin Shuman confirmed the matter. According to remand petition, on this afternoon of July 19, 2024, a group of approximately 500 to 700 Army League leader and activists allegedly carried out an attack on a student and civilian during a peaceful demonstration for the Falpoti area of Mirpur 10. The attack reportedly involved for the use of firearm, a locally made weapon. The petition further alleged the Sheikh Mamun Khalid ordered the assault. Earlier, GB police arrested Sheikh Mamun Khalid from Capital DOHS area at around 2:30 a.m. on Wednesday. The death toll after a bus veered out of control of Doludia ferry dock in Rajbari and sank into the Podda River has hit 26. 7 men, 11 women and 8 children have been counted among the dead. According to Additional Superintendent of Police Tapush Kumar Pal, the Dhaka-bound the Shorod Parivam bus in the Kustia Kumarkhali and waiting for the dock at the Borda ferry when it veered out the control on Prentum and plunged into the turbulent water. The bus was submerged 70 to 80 feet deep into the river, said Mohammad Belaluddin, Assistant Director of Fire Service for the station. The front of the bus was pulled out the river around 11:15 p.m. on Wednesday by rescue ship Hamza, and the body then began to pile up. 23 bodies have been handed over to their families so far. Viewers, we're taking a short break. Stay with us.
Hello and welcome to International Affairs, and my name is Shamsul Panto.
I don't see an easy resolution to this because every slight deviation from the plan,
opening an open war conflict with them,
testing nuclear missiles,
Russia's announcement of these supposedly successful testing,
special and exclusive footage that is being played on SATV screen,
really coming to terms with Hamas.
Damage estimated between this entire issue.
President Trump is expected to hold bilateral talks.
preserving biodiversity and tackling climate change.
We cannot protect the planet before we negotiate peace.
Where is it going? Is it understanding the needs of its people before the needs of this global world?
For China to come to agreement,
They will face better projects.
with President Xi of China and President Lee of South Korea.
Trump's White House that is in favor of these things.
simply not enough action being taken to address the problem of fossil fuels.
What their plan initially is towards the Caribbean, a place that has been met with two types of disasters.
Bangladeshi students at the same level of opportunity internationally and domestically.
International Affairs. Watch every Sunday to Thursday at 2 p.m. only on SATV and SATV Digital. Hello and welcome to International Affairs, and my name is Shamsul Panto.
I don't see an easy resolution to this because every slight deviation from the plan,
opening an open war conflict with them,
Testing nuclear missiles.
Russia's announcement of these supposedly successful testing,
special and exclusive footage that is being played on SATV screen.
really coming to terms with Hamas.
Damage estimated between this entire issue.
President Trump is expected to hold bilateral talks.
Preserving biodiversity and tackling climate change.
We cannot protect the planet before we negotiate peace.
Where is it going? Is it understanding the needs of its people before the needs of this global world?
For China to come to agreement,
They will face better projects.
with President Xi of China and President Lee of South Korea.
Trump's White House that is in favor of these things.
Simply not enough action being taken to address the problem of fossil fuels.
What their plan initially is towards the Caribbean, a place that has been met with two types of disasters.
Bangladeshi students at the same level of opportunity internationally and domestically.
International Affairs. Watch every Sunday to Thursday at 2 p.m. only on SATV and SATV Digital. Hello and welcome to International Affairs, and my name is Shamsul Alam Pantha.
I don't see an easy resolution to this because every slight deviation from the plan
Opening an open war conflict with them.
Testing nuclear missiles.
Russia's announcement of these supposedly successful testing
Special and exclusive footage that is being played on SATV's screen.
Really coming to terms with Hamas.
Damage estimated between this entire issue.
President Trump is expected to hold bilateral talks.
Preserving biodiversity and tackling climate change.
We cannot protect the planet before we negotiate peace.
Welcome back, and you are watching SATV News. Now, news from abroad. US President Donald Trump said on Wednesday Iran is negotiating with the government, but they are afraid to say it. Addressing the National Republican Congressional Committee for Understanding dinner in DC, Trump said leaders in Iran are afraid they will be killed by their own people. They are also afraid they will be killed by the US. The president claimed about the effort to end the war come about a month into the fight that began February 28, when Trump also allied Israel bombed the longtime US adversary and killed its longtime leader. By March 20, the president declared the United States had owned.
We listen to some of the things they say. We hear them very clearly. They say, I don't want it. We'd like to make you the next supreme leader.
Meanwhile, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Arati said the U.S. proposal to end the war was being reviewed by top authority in Tehran, but the exchange of messages through the mediator is not called negotiation or dialogue. He also made this remark during an interview broadcast on state television on Wednesday. The comment of Arati suggested some willingness by Tehran to negotiate an end of the war. Its demand were met. Still, the exchange of messages through the mediator doesn't mean negotiation with the U.S. Said on state television, U.S. President Donald Trump's 15-point proposal sent through Pakistan calls for removing Iran stocks highly enriched, the uranium halting enrichment, curbing its ballistic missile program, and cutting off funding for regional ally, according to three Israeli cabinet sources familiar with the plan. The White House declined to disclose specify its proposal and threatened to escalate its strike. U.S. President Donald Trump will visit China for a state visit with Chinese President Xi Jinping on May 14 and 15. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt confirmed the date for the Trump visit, telling reporter that President Xi Jinping has understood and accepted a request for the postpone for the trip. The visit had been originally been stated for the next week, but it was delayed amid an ongoing U.S.-style war on Iran. This would be the first-time visit in China U.S. President nearly 10 years. Trump is also set to host Xi and Washington, D.C. later the year, and officials are finalizing preparation for this historic visit. He also wrote Truth Social on Wednesday. Meanwhile, a Chinese Foreign Minister spokesperson Lin Jian said both sides are maintaining communication regarding President Trump's visit to China. Russia sought to blackmail the United States by offering to stop sharing military intelligence with Iran if the written Washington could cut off Ukraine from the intelligence data. President Volodymyr Zelensky said on Wednesday. Zelensky, who said on Monday that Ukraine military intelligence has indefeasible evidence that Russia is continuing to provide intelligence to Iran, told to Reuters. He said this has been data but provided not so far the detail. He also added that some Iranian drone used to attack U.S. military assets and its ally during the war in the Middle East contained Russia component. Ukraine, which has faced sustained attack by Iranian designated Shah's Dome, and since Russia launched its invasion in 2022, is helping several Gulf states, including Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and Qatar, to counter drone attack on their territory. The president said Zelensky, he also hoped the Ukraine would be able to reach a long-term deal with some Gulf country that would raise funds for the production of Ukrainian drone interceptor, or receiving much-needed air defense missile. Five people were injured due to a Russia drone strike on high-rise building in the regional center, according to Ziangpo's regional military administration head, the Olinser Hansa. Apartment on the second and third floor on the multi-story building caught fire. He also said in a post on Telegram, according to State Emergency Service, in the fire covered an area of approximately 150 square meter. A scooter evacuated 12 residents from damaged section for the building, including 2 children. Currently, municipal services are also working to restore power and water supply to unaffected parts for the building, while structural engineers assess the stability for the damaged floor. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer met with Finnish President Alexander Stubb on Thursday ahead of the Joint Expeditionary Force Summit on healthcare. Starmer announced on Wednesday he also given the military permission on the board and detained Russian ships his government alleged are part of the network and vessel that enable Moscow to export oil despite Western sanctions. Speaking ahead of the summit on Thursday, Starmer warned, "We have to accept that there is no war in the two fronts. There is an Iranian conflict and continuing Ukrainian conflict, and that today I will be making clear to them, and I am giving permission for the UK to intercept a shadow fleet, Russian shadow ship," he also added.
Well, we're here talking.
A Nepali panel released a report late on Wednesday recommending that former Prime Minister KP Sharma Oil also prosecuted for negligence over the deadly anti-corruption protest in September of the last year. The panel, which was formed to investigate the violence during the protest, found oil responsible for not taking any action to stop or firing the killed at least 19 Gen Z protesters on first day anti-corruption demonstration. They brought down the Himalayan nation government. A total number of 76 people were killed and 2,522 wounded during 2 days of unrest. According to report, the government had earlier said 77 people had been died. Before ending, we go through the SATV News headlines again. President and Prime Minister pay tribute to martyrs at National Memorial marking Independence Day. Colorful parade fly past the National Parade Ground after a decade and a half. Shahabuddin and Tariq Rahman attend Independence Day parade. Opposition leader pays tribute at National Memorial, here to fulfill a moral duty, said Dr. Shafiqur Rahman. You are up to date with the top stories so far here on SATV, and to know the latest news, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with SATV.